Ballistic has the 5th worst pick rate in the entire game. I mean, Rampart has an actual higher pick rate than my boy Ballistic. Now, I am the current rank 1 Ballistic player on PC, and I don't just main him because I have that spot. I'm not the kind of person that will just main any old legend to keep a number 1 spot. So if I didn't hold that spot, I'd still be here making this video and making content on this absolute beast of a legend. I really think he is severely overlooked as a legend, and I'm going to tell you in this video just why that is. I'm also going to dive into why I personally main Ballistic, how you guys can as well, and what actually got me into maining Ballistic in the first place. So without wasting any more of your time, let's get into the video. So let's start with where it began for me in Ballistic and how exactly I got into playing the old man. So in around September, October time in 2022, I started a challenge to get 1000 kills on every single legend in Apex. This was a mammoth of a grind that I finished, and to this day, I regret the little content I posted about it. Yeah, I streamed quite a bit of it, but it was such a big challenge, such a lot of time put into the game, and I really didn't make much about it. I'll always regret that, but regardless. So I started my challenge, and I nearly completed it, and I had 2 legends left before the end of Season 16. Those legends were Loba and Seer, and I thought what would be amazing is if I could get these 2 legends done before the season ends, then when Season 17 rolls around, I can grind 1000 kills on the newest legend, Ballistic, to fully complete the challenge, have 1000 kills on everybody, and also be one of the first people to ever achieve 1000 kills on Ballistic. I then planned on actually doing a kill grind on one legend this time. That legend initially was going to be Mirage. At the time I was absolutely loving him, and I still do to this day. Like, if Ballistic never came out, I'd be a Mirage main. So I grinded my ass off for that week and doing 300 plus kills every single day, getting 1000 kills on both Loba and Seer, and then Ballistic came out in Season 17, and I started my final 1000 kill journey on Ballistic. I took no time getting to work, and let me tell you, when I first played my first few games as Ballistic and used his unique and incredible kit, I fucking hated him. No, I'm being deadly serious. His kit was not the most user-friendly kit to get into with the keybinds, to use and equip his sling. Also, having a third gun was a little strange, and I just didn't like him on that first day. But this would later teach me a very valuable lesson that I give to all aspiring Ballistic mains who come into my streams and in my comments and ask how to get started on Ballistic. But I'll get into that in a minute. But I had to keep playing this legend to complete my challenge, and that I did. At the time, I was ranked number 4 for kills on PC, until getting bumped down because at the time it was a very competitive leaderboard. And then, when I got 1000 kills on Ballistic, I was actually the 10th person on PC to do so, which was pretty cool, and I thought that was me done with Ballistic. But during that 5-day grind, I learned Ballistic very quickly. Putting in 250 to 300 kills a day, you're bound to pick up on some things. And this isn't something that I'm going to later say that you have to do to get into Ballistic, so don't worry. But what I'm trying to say is I picked up a lot of things on Ballistic very quickly. I first learned the power of his sling and how OP guns like the Rampage, Ari, and Havoc can be in the sling, and how sick his ult can be during fights. I mean, you feel like a turret, it's amazing. And then I learned how to effectively utilize his whistle, and at that moment, I actually fell in love with the character. I remember I was in Energy Depot, and I just killed someone on a door with a Rampage, and then killed his teammate right after, and I just thought, this legend is insane. I really was wrong with my first impressions, and it taught me a lesson which, if you are watching this video now completing Ballistic or know someone that is, my best advice is when you play Ballistic, give it a few days, or ideally, a week or a couple of weeks. Ballistic isn't a legend like Horizon, Wraith, other easier legends. He takes time to get to grips with the basics, such as finding the right keybinds for the sling, the right guns that you like using in the sling, and the right times to use his whistle. But the more you play him, as with any legend of course, but it's even more prevalent in Ballistic, you invest your time into him, and I promise you, you will find success. Now, I know that goes for most legends, but Ballistic is one of those where if you invest some hours into learning his kit, from the obvious uses to the most niche uses, which by the way, I have a guide covering most of these uses in the description of every single one of my YouTube videos, so if you want to check that out, feel free to do so, but then you will be comfortable with Ballistic. Using his sling, using his tack will become like this second nature to you, but the main point being is you're not just going to jump into Ballistic and immediately start popping off, and immediately just just have this instant connection with the character, like with some other legends that you will just get on and you will just be able to use because they're pretty self-explanatory. Ballistic is not one of those legends, but that is why I love him. Now, why do I even personally play Ballistic even now? Even after his tack nerf in Season 18, even after his low pick rate, even after there are so many more movement legends and more OP legends in the game. Well, he's unique, that's for sure. That's one thing I love, is I love maining unique legends. Like I said, I was literally going to play Mirage before this, but most importantly, his kit is all about my favorite thing to do in Apex. Shoot my gun and fight teams. Ballistic is a very, very solid legend for 1v1s. His tactical comes in handy the most in close range fights. It's also super useful at making the enemy more cautious and passive, which you can capitalize on. But then when you get his ult, if you choose the right weapon, you just become a turret, an absolute beast in the fight. And best of all, you aren't a selfish legend. You contribute by being near your team, so you can distribute your ult buffs to your teammates, and even if you go down, your teammates still have those buffs. Which is one of the things, again, that I love about him. He isn't a selfish legend. And I also really like the fact that he isn't a movement legend. Yes, I get movement speed by holding a gun with my ult, but I don't have an escape ability. I don't have a Wraith Q, a Path Grapple, or Double Time, or a Horizon Q. I don't have anything that can get me out of a bad situation if I put myself in one. If I want to play Ballistic, I've got to play him right. Playing this character has made me play aggressive but smart. Well, at times I still do dumb shit because of my Wraith days, but my best games, which you guys see on this channel, I have to play my fights correctly. No get out of jail free card. I have to rely on my aim, my movement, and my game sense way more, and it's massively helped me get better at the game. I love that he's restricted while also amplifying the thing that I love the most in Apex, and because I'm the kind of player that wants to get better every single day, Ballistic helps me do just that. So if that sounds like you, if you're a person like me, I genuinely would recommend Ballistic. He provides so much to you outside of just abilities. He has a useful kit that in the right hands can be extremely useful to you and the team. I'm also not going to sit here, by the way, and tell you that Ballistic is the next seer of Apex Legends. I'm no his Watson. I haven't found this gem of a legend, and I don't think without a buff to his tack and an addition of a new passive to his kit, he will not be a comp legend. He will not be meta. But in ranked and in pubs, he is so fun if you learn him. And I think maybe if you found the right comp, you probably could play him in comp. But that's a video for another day. I do think Ballistic needs buffs, and I do plan on making a video about that topic. But regardless, as he stands right now, if you're a pub player or a rank grinder and you want to change your gameplay, you want to improve, you want to be unique, and you want to play a legend that has a higher skill ceiling, I genuinely would recommend Ballistic because he's so fun to master. I think Ballistic is overlooked because he isn't a legend that you buy and just become an overpowered beast with. He has no movement, which I think hinders him, but I mainly think it's the fact that he isn't an instant, oh my god, this legend is insane. You don't get to that point until you've actually played him for a while. So, please, give Ballistic a try if you're interested. Give him some time. Play with him for a while, see how you feel, and like I said, I have a guide video. I have a lot of tips in that video. I cover quite a lot of basic and unique tips, so if you are actually interested and you want a guide to kind of start from, I would recommend that video. I have nearly 37,000 kills on him, so I've played him quite a bit, and I picked up lots of tips on the way. But yeah, that's the video. It's just me rambling about Ballistic. Hopefully it helped you in any way, or hopefully, you know, it made you see Ballistic and Ballistic players in a different way. And if you want more videos like this where I just kind of sit and talk to you about a certain topic with some gameplay in the background, please let me know, because I'm happy to make more, because this was a lot of fun. Literally talking about something I'm so passionate about. And hopefully now you're all Ballistic mains. Hopefully we can bump that pick rate up one player at a time. Thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.